Hello everybody, welcome back to Filament. Last time we did 2 sets of puzzles on this chain. There's nowhere to go down there. Is this something I haven't read before?
This is the second Lantern 2 Pro we began working on after the failure of the first. I suggested we call it the Lantern 3, but Canary, you know. We never did finish it though. It was around the time that everything went south. It's too bad it never launched. It had some pretty nifty features. I still don't understand what happened to the first one, but I feel somewhat responsible seeing as I was the pilot. The failure was its lack of landing. Still, it behaved so weirdly. I don't feel like there was anything I could have done to land that thing.
Okay, so here we have the 2 blue ones in the center that we need to do one after the other without any of the white ones interfering in the center, which is an interesting take. Lots of the white ones are very kind of geo-blocked by the 3 pins or the 3 bricks around them. I wonder if... No, because I can't do that and get back to myself. And if I were to, say, try and do this to get to both the blues early, I can now never get to that first white one correctly. I can't get in that gap there. So that's mildly troublesome. There's 1 free floating pin over here on the left. If I do this, I come to the white one first. And if I stitch my way around all of the white ones, I worry I'm not going to leave myself a gap to get to the blue ones. Like this. But that'll open the door. Oh no, I didn't touch this white one. Ah, this looks good. We can go blue there, and then all the way around to blue here, I hope. Lovely. So that was whites before colours, but not to say that will necessarily be true always. Seems that there's 4 reds that I can go to in any order. Then a group of 4 blues with top and tail. And the 4 whites. I wonder if it might have to be the whites last, because it's going to be very hard to navigate all of the other colours through it, and so perhaps we do these first, although I can't navigate round that white pillar in this arrangement, although I could do that and leave it a gap. Oh, but there's a... There's a lot of problems with this, in mainly getting to the last white in the top corner before starting off all the reds. Although It's very close. And I could hypothetically do this, though I don't feel like that gets me any closer because of that gap there. I'm trying to figure out, is there something very small I could change to get the result I need, or is it going to be a case of a much larger shift being needed? What if we do red next? Well, I can't get around this and the white one at the same time. Nor can I loop all the way around that. Right, well, that blue is not hard to remember what we did if we need to. But that's just not happening, is it? So what conclusions do I think I can draw? I wonder. No. In a word. I wondered if I could get straight up to that red piece. Yeah, with that, there's no way to get over to that last red one on the right. Which is a damn shame. Real fast progress today. Do we think we finish on red because it's closest to the door? Not necessarily a universally true statement, but maybe kind of a good possible generalization to work with. If I touch all the other reds, can I then go back to touching a new white one, or do I have to do the whites? Ah, okay, that's interesting. The whites don't all have to be in one round, they can be split up. I don't know if I knew that necessarily yet, but that is great knowledge. So I could finish on that white one in the top left corner, so long as it's not interrupted between other colours. What does that mean for me? Does it mean I could do something like this? Yes, it does. Right, no white ones here. Reds with 2 in the middle and green with 1 in the middle. Tapping shift lets you run very, very quickly, in case you wondered what was going on with all that. Now, are you going to tell me I can't get around all of that? You are. Okay, so probably not cutting that orange over to green sharply like this. There's no way this works because I can't touch that with orange. So what else can I do? I can't, very eloquently at least, start at the back. Though, yeah, wrapping around this red, this orange, not super functional to finish. And if I do this, I can't get to that orange one there. So starting at the back doesn't seem great. Therefore, starting at one of these two seems most likely. How am I going to get that green one in between these two? How am I going to get the plain green one between the two green squares? Because that seems like a nightmare of a route to have to make. So perhaps we do the oranges first, and then we can wrap around the used oranges to make the green. But I can't use that there. And I've already decided that this angle is too acute to cut off this green piece. I feel reasonably confident that it's going to be reds first. What I think I'd like to do, ignoring red, I'd like green to do something like this, although, because we're attached to the right-hand side wall, that's going to make that very difficult as well. There's no extra pins or anchors that I'm missing. Can't do anything around that. I have to touch the plane pillar in the middle of that whole journey. This is stumping me. It's one of those ones where there doesn't feel like there's that many moving parts, so I feel like I should be able to kind of process of elimination a few things away, but it's not going great. Can't touch this orange and then that green. Can I? What have I missed? Oh, the original orange. And I can't snake through there. So annoying. I can't do this and then touch that. That's not how the rules work. That was not what I intended to press. Where can I go? Try something akin to this, though doesn't fill me with hope. No, doesn't look great, does it? That doesn't even touch. There's only 2 pillars I can start touching. I still cannot get enough of this track, though. We've already eliminated this because I can't touch that in this manner. So what else can I do? There's got to be something here I can do. That doesn't touch. My gut still says orange first. But how is a mystery. It's the same problem I've seen before. Come on, brain. Shouldn't be that hard. Green, I feel I need to approach in general like that. I can't do this. So how could I draw that line? Already decided this doesn't work because of that gap. How can I draw that green line? In any other way? That's why I feel like red has to go first to facilitate the drawing of that line. But this leaves out the orange middle pair. So what else could it be? Anything else? It's going to look so simple when I find it, isn't it? I wish I could just hook behind that, although I still might not be able to get around the green pillar then. That almost feels plausible, but not really. I would love to know how the developers go about designing these types of puzzles. That doesn't even touch the red one. Which I'm sure one version of that did earlier. Probably that version. Still no good. Alright. I'm going to stare at this for a few minutes and see if I can come up with anything fresh. I think I've been misunderstanding something. I can do stuff like this. I do this, right? That pillar isn't lit. If I then change, I can't change to... Okay, if I do this, just as a case in point, I can go past that orange one after connecting the two greens. Then I can go on the outside of that cord and touch the two oranges. So I can go around that multiple times in multiple colors. So I can use that point twice, which I think is going to be really important. Quite how, I'm not sure. If I could go around this, that would be great, but I can't. I could even probably do it in the diagonals, though I'm less sure how I would do that functionally. But I've got to give myself permission to let the lit strings cross the non-square pillars. God, it's like, as soon as you realize that, it's so simple. Good grief. Okay, we press on. I've just got to not let myself fall into incorrect assumptions. Good grief. Right, those oranges are inside this grid, which is very interesting. When we go into and out of this whole section, I don't know, but also it's intriguing that there are two sets of the blue. And I can't touch the white. It feels so close. It is close enough. I can do the whites in between the pair of blue that I did. Alright, I got very lucky on that. And then we have this. So, two pairs. No, one pair of squares, one pair of oranges. So we have to do all of the blue first, or all of the orange first. But how am I going to get into that orange there? Well, I could do not quite that. But there's something here. As for this orange, do I think I'm starting there? Probably not, just for how difficult that other blue will be to get later. Just that one problem blue, in fact. Could I do this. I'm not sure I can, because I don't think I can get any kind of angle on this other blue piece here. So as much as it's on the other side of that line now, I can't go get it. Now I wonder if I could do something like this, but touch that top corner, which I don't know how I would cross that line. What I've got feels reasonably good, that kind of lap that I do. But this blue here feels very tricky. As much as I can do this, I can't get into that last orange either. So I'm always one gap short. How can I get the two oranges on kind of the outside of the blues? Because I can touch these multiple times. But again, now I'm not leaving a way to get to that orange. Because it's trapped inside that pen I've just made. Even with that spare peg right there, that pin right above me, I can't loop inside it that one extra time. And if I enter in this direction, I never will be able to if I approach from below. So what if ever a world where I can start with this top right blue without trapping that orange in there? And also the ever-present question of, do we start with blue or do we start with orange? Because again, this traps orange within a blue square, which is no good to me. So do we need to do orange first somehow? Because if orange gets done first, then I can't have orange trapped in a blue square if orange is already done. Except, I bet I can trap that blue one inside this, can't I? Oh, no, this looks good. This looks great. Hey! Nice. Complete
On you
all of the
go.
paired
It looks
pillar
like you're actually
puzzles.
getting somewhere. Go team. Every anchor you take down breathes life into my console up here. It's amazing. Currently, the bridge door is sealed off, but I think that if I get enough control back, I just might be able to force it open for you. That way, you can come up here and let me out, right? Of course, it's easier said than done, but we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Get it? Never mind.
What is this?
This thing is where the ship's fuel is stored before it's piped into the reactor next door. It's lightweight and super efficient. Or so I'm told. My job is to fly this ship, not top it up. Personally, though, I think it looks a little bit like a sad bear. See what I mean? Those raised bits sticking out of the sides sort of look like eyebrows. And the bit at the front is like his... No? Not seeing it? Alright then.
What about this floating cube? It's definitely there. Alright, well. 5 puzzles in a half hour is not my fastest rate in the world, but there's plenty more to do. For now, thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.